including Tor, of course, that is a Gatluak, okay, and a Gogo Bial, and don't forget Jan Gadbel is going to be actually playing at the right flank. Meanwhile, Philip, that's a Chani, is a guy to be in the midfield, including Dwala Ting, and don't forget Mr. Ngonga Ting, who missed the last game due to 2 yellow cards. That is going to be actually leading the line for Team Merriekh FC of Bentiu. Meanwhile, there's a guy called that is Dao Kwani, is another big guy who will be actually playing in that big role for Team Merriekh. Meanwhile, we have got Stephen Dual, some of the guys that definitely you think they're going to be playing at the left flank for team. That's Merriekh FC of Bentiu. 4-3-2-1 is a big formation for that Merriekh side. So, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, we are doing the commentary with my brother, names of the Disco 2-1, and the
man in this very particular competition to grab himself a CAF approved ball, courtesy of a hat-trick. Passes 1-2, trying to break out of their very own yard. Chol Riak passes through to the middle, but of course, for Salaam FC. Alafi Jonathan, of course, you'd expect Merriekh have got into this very particular game exactly where they left it in the second half against Nile City. Do you think this is going to play?
Could definitely be utilizing more of the chances. Remember, in a game of football, if chances are not really utilized very well, you will agree with me that sometimes, of course, the team that looks that's more in terms of they have started actually because of this very game.
Cholriak right there, fouls Stephen Duell, wins a free kick. That is for Merriekh FC. Delivery from Torgalwak is a very poor one. Here comes Mading for Salaam, looking for Cholriak. Chol is dispossessed. Here comes Dew for Salaam, dispossessed. Majur Adim, Majur finds here's a long one trying to find Cholriak. A very poor control right there from Mading Maker. Kuziak, now comes Merriekh. Can they try to get into the area and get a shot on target? Here comes across. An offside call right there from the assistant referee. Salaam starts it very quickly. Cholriak beats his man. Beats Torgalwak easily. And of course, it's put down. What can Mading do? Mading finds Mabur Herjok. Mabur! Very soft one right there. Goes out wide. Goal kick for goalless as things stand right at the moment. Kuiza. A very, very tight encounter right there between the board champions and the Bentiu champions.
YouTube channel. You can go on and subscribe to the YouTube
channel. Goal kick delivery, a long one into the area. Beautifully controlled by Yan Gadbel, beats one. But of course, he's dispossessed. Here comes Salaam. Agok has been an outstanding player for the team that is Salaam FC. Of course, find dispossessed. Here comes Merriekh. Yan Gadbel to the left. Can he get the ball?
But then, yes, it didn't actually go quite. That's a good, to the expectations so far in this very game. And of course, still Merriekh looks to be that is setting up their own life in this very game. Checking Mr. Dow is something that a midfield partnership is doing for Merriekh. And don't forget, Dow is a left-footed player, and he's one player that you think can beat you at any corner of the pitch. Mr. Dow, including Gat, that's a Gat Bell for Team Merriekh, also another player that definitely can beat you at any moment that he wants. That's Mr. Gat Bell, very good player for team that is Merriekh FC of Bentiu. Left-footed player, two of them, including Tor. You think that yes, they've got something unique. That Salaam Eka, brilliant player, he is nice guy, but then still so something almost happened. I am talking about a very good chance actually.
Kuiza, Kwal Michael procrastinating right there in the process, almost caught off guard. Player goes down. River says nothing, and final clearance is made by Majur Majok. Here comes around Chol Riak. You think by all standards he has been one of the best players for Salaam FC in this group. And that tells you why he is quite instrumental to the club. Here comes Madik Maker, finds Chol Riak in the space. Chol is dispossessed. Here comes clears away from the danger area, goes down, nothing, says play on. Yan Gadbel falling deep into the midfield to help this defense right there. Yan Gadbel simply running through defenders, cross, a very poor one right there. Qual Michael comes out and saves. Mabur is finally put down, wins a free kick for the team. That is Salaam FC. Gogo is the man. Here comes
that, and of course something that I've noted in this game, seeing Mr. Tor operating in the defensive duty for Al Merriekh. He's one of the vital player. I call him multi-purpose player. That is Mr. Tor. Just he really decided to put on that versus of Mr. Ngong scoring a hat-trick against the Nile City is something that he has to remember in this that's of course a national league. But then seeing him operating in the very place of Mr. Kasara, you think that is something that definitely is something very good one. And MB, I call he seems to be a man to make something, including Mr. Ngong. Meanwhile, Mr. Deu as well is also another guy. What about Mr. Gadbel? All these guys are definitely the big names that you think can make a difference in any minutes in this very game so far. So now,
an offside call from the assistant referee right there. Grand Salaam a free kick, just yards away from the penalty spot. Here comes the delivery into the center area. Madik Maker tries to brush it forward, but of course he has possession to himself. Doesn't do so much with it. Goes down. Free kick to Salaam FC. No cards produced yet in this particular game. To continue the game, of course, Salaam have been hit with injuries literally every match. The previous encounter, we saw Agok Michael being taken away in a stretcher and eventually being taken to the hospital by an ambulance. Today he's back on his feet. Rukuza running again. We hope nothing of that sort will happen again today. Yes, Mading back on his feet, sort of limping, but you think it's a good sign that he's back on his feet. And let's hope he will be able to continue with the game. Meanwhile, Mabur came off to take some water. Daniel Biermom as well. He's making his first game of the club for these competitions today. Came out as well. Rand Paul goes down! Hits the net for the first time, but as the referee says no, there was an infringement contact with the goalkeeper. The goal won't count. And of course, a free kick to be awarded to Merriekh FC.
And of course, so much closer for a guy who scored that goal. But then definitely you'd think that yes, the contract between the goalkeeper and the first striker probably cost everything in this very, very contest. And of course, very good tactics from the goalkeeper. And I'm talking about one goalkeeper in the names of that's Ran Pao. He knew what he normally he wants in this very game. That's why he's actually able to come into very that's on the ball to make sure that he punches it away. And of course, so much good, but then all in all, he's still down. The question remains: is it not going to be something serious? That it remains a very, very big question. But I can see him not really working so much bad as he's actually back on his feet for team that is Merriekh, of course, FC, and of course he's back and he's good to go. That is Mr. That's Ren Paul. Seems to be also getting back into the game. Bring about Mr. Mading Maker, one good player that you think that yes, the team can rely on, basing on how the normal does their things. And one team that actually can miss all substance of a player is Merriekh, probably missing on a substance of Mr. Juma, who actually seems to be having some probably yellow cards, if not suspended for this first game. That's Mr. Juma, a very instrumental player he is for team. That's Merriekh FC. And yes, right here in Juba, we were able to see, of course, much of water breaks in this first game, and of course, most of the players trying to use this opportunity. I mean, most of the technical team making use of this opportunity for their boys, and probably trying to put final stage of this very national league. I mean, while tomorrow, on the 22nd is yet going to be yet another big one in this very, very ground. Remember, Salaam FC of Wow is already here, and they are actually watching on the stands for this very game. They are watching on how Merriekh is actually performing. What about Salaam? They are as well watching how Salaam FC are performing. I am talking about Salaam FC of a team of actually of Wow in this very, very, very national league. So for but then it's still 0-0. Bullock Technical Center.
Thank you so much.
Well, here comes Merriekh through Ngong Dengong, trying to go through players. Producer referee final calls on an infringement. They have a free kick in a very nice spot. Starts quickly through Stephen Dwell. Shoots. Goes out wide. Goal kick for Salaam FC. You will have to come down. It's literally going to be a very, very long day, so you might need to reserve some of that energy. Qual Michael right there preparing the goal kick for Salaam FC. Daniel Guy delivers, finding Majur Adim. Majur Adim sends a long one through the center, finds Mabir Herjok. What can Mabir do? Squeezes through ball through the two players, but of course finally recovered right there for Merriekh FC. Half back and they do a clearance, finds that is Mading Maker, delivers into the center of the area, finally cleared away from the danger area. Finds Gogo Biel. What can they do? Yangat Biel, Gogo. A long one through. That is Biel Wigiel sitting in central defense today. Kasara Kwal not available after accumulating yellow cards right there. He's the captain of the team, and somebody has to step up And that is Biel Wigel taking on, that is the responsibility of the big defender, that is Kasara Kwal, a pull. And of course the referee says no, this is not rugby. That has to be a free kick for Salaam FC in their very own backyard. Going up front, here comes the delivery, well dealt with, but of course Salaam have the rebound. How far can Salaam go? Beats one. Here's an opportunity to have Mabur engage now. Can he deliver? No. He had an opportunity. Can he shoot? Pulls the trigger, doesn't release, and then finally dispossessed. Here comes a long counter right now for Salaam. Send back to Kwal Michael. Kwal Michael finds Daniel Guy. Guy holds out, looking for Majur. Doesn't give it to Majur, sends it through to. Well, here comes Salaam. Here comes a long one. Torgad Luak grabs it for Merriekh FC. Makes it long delivery. This could be trouble loading for Salaam. Merriekh, can they shoot? Yan got bell. Yan got bell. Here comes Merriekh. Shoots! Goes inches wide. And that is going to be a goal kick. Quite close. Inches close to breaking the deadlock right there. But of course, nothing yet to materialize. Entertaining football. Absolutely fantastic. And of course, exquisite passes being made right here. Here comes now Salaam with their very own offense. Trying to break into the final third. Can they make a delivery? Wait for Abur! Well defended right there. And of course, a clearance made. Yan Gadbel tries to pass it forward. But of course, Mon comes to collect it. Here comes the man, Stephen Duell. Duell. Stephen Duell. Can he beat one? Of course, finally dispossessed. And Salaam clear the ball out of the danger area. Can they go with that very far into the final third? Beats one. The second player goes down. Free kick for Salaam FC. Beautiful football in a space of 3 minutes. There have been, of course, counter attacks on both ends of the pitch. But of course, the two goalkeepers have been on their best, and of course, that keeps the game still at a barren draw.
Barren draw, and of course, very, very good towering football from both sides. And that's a God Bell probably could have gotten something so much close, and a brilliant mindset from him, pushing the ball, and of course, wide, and one guy actually tried. Movement from Salaam FC. That is the courtesy of that is Mr. I'm talking about one guy, of course, a very brilliant guy in the name of I call him that is just number 11. I call him Mr. Chol. Okay, very good player. He's a nice guy, trying doing things for that's Salaam. But then yes, all in all, it is a foul. At a very critical maybe place, perhaps someone that can actually make it true is that a very guy that can be actually it will be something to remember for him if I thought we're gonna be making that very kick maybe true. So far in this game, good football in the last 3 minutes. How the Risco 2-1 just said, and Mr. Gogo seems to be a man to turn difference or to turn things around for team Salaam FC. Remember, he actually got a nasty injury, and of course, we're able actually to see him in an ambulance. But we take Mabior looks so far too good that is on air, but then it means that Salaam FC actually try arrow balls. This guy might pull a goal at any moment for Salaam FC. I'm talking about MB Lewandowski.
Well, here comes the free kick for Salaam. A long delivery right there. Goes in the way in the hands of that is right. Flank finds Yan Gadbel. Yan Gadbel. Gadbel beats one, sends the ball through to the center half. A long one to find Torgad Luak. Beautifully controls it. Sends it looking for Ngong. But of course, it's dispossessed. Here comes Salaam. Of course, taking his time. Finally sends in that long delivery. course, there's been a switch of sides. Now Ngong, Dengong coming on the left flank. Jan Gadbel on the right flank. And Stephen Dwell falling in the hole. We could think this right here is a tactical approach as Merriekh wants to keep more of the ball. Stephen Dwell definitely is the man to look out for if we're talking about carrying the ball, protecting it, and finally making those decisive passes. He has been quite instrumental in doing that. And right now they have a free kick at it.
There's a Stephen Dwell for Merriekh, just number 14. And of course, maybe should we continue bell from Mr. Stephen Dwell for Merriekh?
Well, of course, Stephen making his presence felt right there. Chan Philip brought into action for the very first time. Pulled the trigger, but of course, there was a forest of leg waiting for him. Couldn't make the delivery. Game still on. It's Salaam 0, Merriekh 0. Hagok, Michael. Contact made right there. It's a free kick for Merriekh FC. First card of the day. Going to the Salaam captain. A peacemaker he should be. But of course, he gets the first card of the day. Starts it quickly, but of course, referee fast to be brought to book. Meanwhile, Torgalwak on the other end. Salaam trying to break out. Here comes MB. Beats one man. The long ball. An offside call right there from the assistant referee. Still fancy to try. But of course, you think there's no VAR here. It wouldn't really matter if he made it ring. Well, here comes Mudding. Trying to send the ball in between the legs of the man. Biel Wijel. But of course, Biel is quite sober. He gets that ball back. First 45 minutes coming closer to an end. At any moment, we'll be seeing the upload. Of course, indicating how many more minutes to be played in the first half. A little bit of what's being shared between the players right there of Salaam and Merriekh. Salaam have a free kick, and Merriekh are not faced by that. Mabior should be the target for Salaam. But of course, you think today they have a number of options. Here comes the delivery. Poorly dealt with. An offside call from the assistant referee. Of course, talking about the substitute bench for Salaam FC, the man Juan Santiago today will be looked at as a game changer. He played the previous 2 games, no impact at all. No shots on target, no goals, no assists, nothing close. To change the game. Because Malwala Jang as well has been one player that has been changer. And of course, Garang Mam right there. So the players can be sent back into their dressing rooms.
2 minutes in this very, very half time, and so much welcoming half time from both sides, and of course a number of chances, a couple of chances for both sides. So Mr. Garbel, including one guy called Mr. Dow, all have got some brilliant chances. I talk about the half time, but yes, it is not yet over. Until it is over, it's of the game in case of any thing that is going to happen. But then one thing that I've noted in this for half time is much injuries. You think yes, probably a fatigue on the players or on the teams. Remember, the resting days hasn't been too much, but it's all about this very national league. But then yes, nothing separating both sides. What about if the technical teams will be playing a key role in actually introducing game changers at the second half of the game is something that, yes, we might be looking forward into it. Actually looking like something to do with actually much minutes in this very time of right now.
Well, of course, here comes Salaam through Mudding. Mudding makes a delivery. Beautiful contact right there. Of course, a connection between Mudding and Mabur. Breathtaking, but of course goes wide. A goal kick for Merriekh FC. You could think this right there should be the last kick of the game for the first 45 minutes. And yes, just like I said so, the first 45 minutes come to an end. It is Salaam 0, Merriekh FC 0. You think Merriekh FC were the better side? Salaam played with no pattern. Meanwhile, Merriekh tried to hold the ball, pass it around, and hit on the counter. None of that has yielded fruits. We go into the first 45 minutes break on a barren draw.
Right, a barren draw. We're talking about half-time so far, and of course, a very good performance from Mr. Steven. You can call him another Steven Dual. You think he's actually a man of the half-time. Of course, a brilliant play from him, creating chances for the team, and of course, creating big balance into the team is what actually he did so much good. And of course, do stick around. We're coming back with a full live commentary, current of the second half. More of the analysis is going to be coming. Of course, do stick around. Don't really do move away.
Minute goes 35 minutes and 20 MBs goes at 350. So much, Zayn, a wonderful world. And this is not the first time that they're sponsoring this league, and that is at the 9th edition. That was the last season. They were also part of it, and at this time around they have come to sponsor the final.
Hold that camera, my friend, it will go down.
That the final stage is composed of 3 teams. We're having Salaam FC of Bor, and Merriekh FC of Bentiu, and Salaam FC of Wow. And today marks the first day of the final stage, and it was a game between Salaam FC of Bor and Merriekh FC of Bentiu. Thank you so much. Let's come again in the second half of the game between Salaam FC of Bor and Merriekh FC of Bentiu. It is still 0-0. Thank you
put
so
it down.
much.
I'll come and hold it.
Football Association page TV, and this is today's game. That is the Salaam FC of Bor versus that's the Merriekh FC of Bentiu. And yeah, first half has gone down and it's still 0-0, but we saw a lot of dramas inside the pitch. But much the main thing is that a lot of whistle happened in the pitch. But yeah, this time around we are going to be analyzing with my friend Alex, and we go to see what was really the evaluation of the first half. Alex, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Moses. Thank you so much.
Yes, this is Alex, always very happy, but we are going to do it with him until that time when we are going back to the second half. Alex, I've been seeing that the game is somehow boring. There's no goal.
Yeah, indeed, it is really a kind of a game that you look into it, you'll feel like maybe it is a boring game, but to me, I look into the game that more of that is a defending between the two teams, because no team that wanted to concede a goal, and any team wanted at least to pick points so that it can give them more advantage in that is the other remaining two matches. So you look at the position of one team in the name of that is Merriekh FC, and you look at the one of Salaam FC of Bor, you really see that Salaam FC is really giving much pressure to that is a team as Merriekh FC of Bentiu, because you look at the ball position and the chances being created by both sides. Salaam FC is doing a great, so that shows to you that now Merriekh FC need to do some changes into the second half of the game to make sure that at least they change something. We have been seeing their team captain missing up in the game, putting on jersey number 4 for Merriekh FC. That might be maybe also another cause of them maybe having an issue. So, but all in all, I really feel like it is really a very good game.
Yeah, you talked about Kasara, that is the captain of Merriekh FC. We are seeing that today, the guy who always passes the other side of the number 7 is now back to the defense. Now, how do you see really now that the defense and the midfield plus the striking line of Merriekh?
Yes, one guy in the name of Ador Gatwak coming up back to defend, but he has not been his usual place replacing the captain. I really feel like Merriekh, like what I've just said, the technician of Merriekh, he's on the touchline, he knows what is happening within his team. I think when it comes to the second half now, he need to look forward for what he's going to make in the second half to make sure that at least it change the mood of the game, at least so that they can at least get a better result in today's match. Because otherwise, if the same mistake is going to continue in the second half of the game, definitely we might see maybe Merriekh losing the game, or maybe any of the side can lose the game. But I really feel like the technician behind Merriekh FC need to do a lot to make sure that he bring another game plan into that is the second half.
Yes, that is it. And also, when you talk about Salaam FC, we are seeing that Mabior now at least he has made some 2 attempts on target, but there's that like the last one that just gone outside the net. But how do you talk now? What do you say about that is Mabior?
This comes now to the point of me saying that when you look at Merriekh, they are not all that too clinical into the game, because you look at what Mabior is trying to do now, so far having 2 attempts into the game. So you really feel like if it came to the second half now, that the coach of Salaam FC is going to make some change, that is a game plan, and change the game into the looks of things, we might see Mabior scoring against Merriekh FC, because the chances that he has so far created in that is at the second half, it was not all that much important for him, and it was not all that too faster for him like what everyone expected. But I really wish that in the second half things will be fine for that is one team in the name of Merriekh that is Salaam FC. And
now when you talk about the captain of Salaam FC, he just from the he has just come back in the team, but even still the first half, and he's already having a yellow card.
Yeah, it is definitely the yellow card. He got it from you remember the slight touch that he had against the player of Merriekh FC, screaming the eyes of the other guy. It's what caused him the yellow card. But I think if he came up in the second half and changed out the mentality of his, the way how he's playing, the style of playing, and how to protect himself, I think it might be a very good one for them. But if he still come up with the same mentality, what he was doing in the first half, it may cause him to them a match order perhaps.
Now, what should the coach of Merriekh FC and also the technical team, what should they do? What shall they do at least for the second half so that they can get some goal?
There's nothing. It's just like what I stated before. that it is just determined to the technician behind that's on the touch line. He will be the one to say what are the mistakes that has been happening in the second half, and then he has to make the changes to make sure that at least the team get a win. Both sides can get a win. It's just going to determine and come out from the both two technicians on the touchline for both Salaam and Merriekh FC. So they will be the one to determine the game result. Are they ready to pick a result or they are not ready? So that's one thing that I'm looking for that will be happening later in the second half of the game.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Alex. Yes, it has been me and Mr. Alex, and I've been analyzing the halftime of the game between Merriekh FC of Bentiu and also Salaam FC of Bor. It's still 0-0, and we'll be coming back in the second half with much more on what happened at the full time of this game. Moses Mobruk, and back to the studios of SSFA TV, and we're still continuing with the live broadcast and also the live commentary from the SSFA TV, and you are still continuing. Thank you for watching, and you still continue to watch.
Trying to move into the area, goes past one, Cholriak trying to interfere. Finally, Salaam win possession. How far can Salaam go? It's a long delivery. Rokoza, Wijel, Biel claims possession back right there. Here comes the man, that is Stephen Duell. Stephen Duell sends a long one to the left flank, finds Torga Luax, finds Ngong. Opportunity! Beautifully executed, ladies and gentlemen. He flies, he makes the difference, and of course it is Merriekh 1, Salaam 0. Stephen Duell, he has been running the show, and his efforts have finally been rewarded with a beautiful volley. He sends it into the roof of the top, where Kwal Michael can find it. Deadlock broken.
And he has just given them
Deadlock broken, and if there's a player that definitely deserve to have a credit, then it is Mr. Stephen Dual, and the man that is behind the creativity role. And I think he's being in this game really creates too much balance to the team. Of course, Merriekh FC. When the question remains, what is next for Salaam? Remains a big question. Can they, of course, look for an equalizer, or they're going to be a little bit down? It's something that, yes, should be a big question. And a very good starter for that's a team called Merriekh. Good start, brilliant start, good passes, good everything from the team called Merriekh Football Club of Bentiu. Can it remain like that, or Salaam will respond? Those are all questions in this very game.
Well, of course, poor ball control right there from Salaam. Quite Manyuan lets the ball go through in between his legs. But of course, luckily, one possession back. Agok Michael sends a long one down the right flank. Can it be kept in play? Clearance right there. Here comes a Dew. Can he shoot? Well defended right there for Merriekh FC. Here comes Ngong. A Dew sends that is a Ngong raging. What can they do? Merriekh are on red foot form. Here comes Dew. Inches wide. Tough target. And of course, it's a goal kick for Salaam FC right there. Merriekh on some red hot fire. They want to get the game done and dusted before reaching the half-hour mark right there. Headed out of play, throw in for Salaam FC. Majur Majok coming to the edge of the pitch. He'd want to take that right there. Quickly started finds Cholriak. Cholriak is being manhandled. Of course, a throw in yet again for Salaam. Majur Majok sends a long one, trying to look for Mabir Herjok. Mabir flicks it. Well defended right there. Goes out for another throw in for that is a Salaam FC. Here comes a long cross. It's cross volley. Goes out wide. A goal kick right there for Merriekh FC. Of course, Salaam trying to respond as fast as possible. Going forward at all fronts. But of course, the efforts yet to be right. The goal kick poorly taken. Of course, a throw in for Salaam FC. Pressure piling up on Merriekh. Majok with the throw in right there for Salaam. Majur finds Mabir Herjok. Majur crosses into the area, cleared away from the danger area by Torgaluak. Can be kept in play. No, goes out for another throw in for Salaam. Majok looking for Cholriak. Chol controls it, sends it through to the midfield. Dispossessed. Yangat Bell sends a long one forward, looking for Stephen Dual. Was brilliantly done by Daniel right there. Finds the safe hands over Akwal Michael. Here comes Majur Azim. Majur is dispossessed. Here comes Merriekh. Merriekh trying to push into the final third. Dispossessed. Salaam trying to break out. It's a long delivery right there. Can Cholriak get that? Can he get there before Rangai? Not really. Rangai grabs it and sends the ball rolling. Here comes Dew. Dew sends it through to the center, finds Gogo. Here's a dual tongue. Dual tongue finds Yan Gadbel. Gadbel up against Majur. As Dew sends a low one forward. An offside call right there from the assistant referee. Going to be a free kick for Salaam FC.
Definitely, Merriekh FC looks a different team. The team looks like they are decided to come to the second half with new tactics, and of course, believe me, they look so much different. I'm talking about Merriekh Football Club. A good one for them. Leading 1-0 is not for everyone, but then they are doing it so much good. And of course, Stephen should be a different player. He's trying his best to probably turn things around for Al Merriekh Football Club. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Salaam FC should be changing tactics probably in this very game. What about if they try to switch in other names probably, or changing there's a formation in this very game is something that might be a big statement for them. But then I've ever realized something about Salaam FC that is scored 2-1. It is all about them sometimes being scored first. In most of their games, yes, they have always been scored first, but they normally steal goals. I normally say that they don't score goals, but they steal goals. I'm talking about Salaam FC, and should they utilize MB? Of course, that's Lewandowski probably with the upper balls. Trust me, something might look so much different in this game. But right now, things look so much positive for Al Merriekh over Bentiu.
Well, here comes Majur Majok. His ball is a very long one. Couldn't find that. The Solriak goes out for Merriekh throw it. Attacking quickly. Go. That is a dual tank rather. Dual tank almost put the team in pressure. Of course, if final makes that clearance. Here's an opportunity 1-on-1. Steven. Final dispossessed. And of course, Salaam will survive that scare. Steven, by all standards, he has been the best performer. Cholriak is dispossessed by Dual Tang. Here comes a long one, but of course goes all the way through to find that is Kwal Michael. Kwal Michael delivers the long one. His target is not MB as usual, but of course quickly taken away by Merriekh FC. A through ball looking for Ngong. He snatched away. The counter coordination right there, not necessarily working out, but of course Salaam still keep on trying anyways. Majur Majok, what can you do? Beautifully done right there. Here's two men. Ian Gadbel makes that pass, cleared away from the danger area. Beautifully done. Manyon Kwany with the ball for Salaam. Here comes Majur Majok. Guy Majur takes a long one, looking for MB. Can MB get right there before the defender? Well shielded right there. And of course, that will be a corner kick for Salaam FC. Mabi Rejok technically kept out of the game by that is Gatpan Kwang, and of course Biel Wujel surrounding him off every time. Whenever Salaam have the ball, they go around him and shield him off the play. And of course, you could think he's getting frustrated. Referee being involved right there in the top. Yellow card flies in right there for MB. And MB rather looks like the card is meant for a different person. Well, that is definitely going out to Guy. Well, that friction right there doesn't look healthy. You think it might end up resulting into something else? Well, can we have the game underway? Cholriak delivers a long one for Salaam. Shoots! Well, that right there was just contact made. That was not a shot. That was not a pass. It was just contact made with the ball. And finally, Merriek's counter has been brought to a halt. Salaam building on a counter. A long one right there. Can he get before the goalkeeper? Beats the goalkeeper. Flag is up. And that right there is going to be a free kick for Merriekh FC.
And yes, it is actually something very good to see a team called Salaam FC is trying to actually fluke with the ball. And of course, the real did it very well, though the flag is real up. But then should they try things to do like that in 3 occasions, trust me, something might come on their way. And of course, a very good opportunity on the corner kick, but then unfortunately, it was not so much good for them to tap it in. But then yes, so far, Merriekh FC seems to be the guys. Look, that's more of the smiling part for team. That's for a side of Merriekh, that's Al Merriekh as well, probably looking so much good. But then one guy that makes all of this difference is Mr. Steven. He's being in this very team is something that Merriekh will never actually miss out on. Something to do with the final stage of this very league, as long as Mr. Steven starts in a midfield role for Al Merriekh Football Club. He controls the tempo of the game. He does a lot in that very midfield, and he actually overshadows the likes of Maker with the ball. And of course, it's something that yes, someone definitely needs in a very team. So yes, just number 6 for Salaam seems to be nursing some injury. I'm talking about Mr. Agok. Remember, he was one guy that actually didn't finish the game. Actually, the last game, of course, this very team won against Nile City. So it didn't go well actually for him in that very time. But then right now, he seems to be standing very well for team Salaam FC. The captain, Mr. Gogo, is good to go. A free kick in a dangerous place for team Salaam FC. Can they score? Can Maker turn things around? Can Maker, of course, make a moment for every team called Salaam FC? Remain a very big question.
Well, here comes the Salaam FC. A free kick in a nice spot. A delivery! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, run guy grabs it right there and simply bathes. The ball falls right behind him, and we are brought at level 1-1. Ron Paul will have himself to blame for that. He had it all under control and simply lets it slip in between his hands. 1-1. Mading Maker brings us level after Steven Dwell had brought the game to an entertaining start in the second half. A long one right there for Merriekh, but of course taken away by Kwal Michael. Kwal Michael sends in a long one. Now can MB get there before? No. Here's Merriekh. They have possession.
And don't forget that this final stage is proudly sponsored by Zain, South Sudan.
Okwan communicating that is with Steven Dwell.
300 SSP. You get to enjoy the affordable offer.
Here comes
by Zain, South Sudan.
Dwell Tang. Poorly executed right there by Steven Dwell. Of course, that right there would be a goal kick for Salaam FC. You could think right there that goal could rejuvenate the spirits of Salaam, and you could think they could finally stamp their ground and eventually get the game flowing. But for now, we're still at 1-1.
1-1, a brilliant that is an individual performance from Mr. Maker. And of course, I think that yes, the goalkeeper for team that is Merriekh wouldn't be smiling at the end of the day, because that's not what he expected. A very that is a painful goal it was in this very game. But Salaam seems to be responding. And of course, it's something that someone somewhere is thinking that yes, they have to be responding in this very game. Level at the point, leveling the game was Mr. Maker, and of course after Mr. Gogo was a foul in that dangerous that is around the forbidden area. 1-1 is not bad for both teams, but then the question remains: can one steal the show at the full minutes? We're all watching out for this space.
Well, here comes clearance for Merriekh. Yan Gadbel coming through to control it. And here comes Cholriak. Cholriak for Salaam is dispossessed. Yan Gadbel. Yan Gadbel doesn't have so many options. He beat his man. Beats the captain. Yan Gadbel simply dilly-dazzling. Finally makes that long one right there. Can it be kept in play? No. Goes all the way out. And that's going to be a goal kick for Salaam FC. Yan Gadbel putting people to test. Simply dilly-dazzling, dancing through defenders. Sent back into Merriekh's half. Here comes Steven Dwell. Is put down. Free kick awarded to, that is a Merriekh. Kwan Manyuan. is the culprit in that essence. But of course, he's lucky enough, he gets away with that. No card is issued. Merrick's delivery is a simple one coming in from Duel. Shots! Well defended right there for Salaam FC. Not trying to concede yet again. A very soft one right there, poorly done. And of course, a goal kick for Salaam FC. Kwal Michael starts it very fast. Finds Majur Adim on the right flank. Majur Adim sends a long one forward. Taken away by Merriekh. Looking for Yan Gadbel. Can Gadbel get that? Yes, Gadbel. Gadbel is dispossessed by Majur Majok. Majur keeping his possession right there. And finally, here comes Gogo for Merriekh. Gogo's pass is taken away. Cholriak sends a long one forward. Yeah, could be an opportunity for Salaam. But of course, Rangai comes out and clears from the danger area. Still not very far. But Merriekh have that. Here comes Stephen. Stephen goes down. Free kick for Merriekh. Kwan Manyon yet again, the culprit. You think the next time he tries that, he won't get away with that. But of course, Merriekh have a free kick around the center of the pitch. And Dual Teng would be taking that for the Kings. Well, that's going to be right there. A free kick away to Salaam. Torgalwak raised the high foot. Everybody says no. That's not the way to go. And of course, Salaam will look at the possibility of building right from the back yet again and see if they can salvage something, as they wouldn't want to fall back twice in this particular game. Majur Adim gets the ball rolling. Mabur Herjok deals with this man. Clearance, bring to the area. Taken away by the goalkeeper, Ran Paul. Starts it quickly. Here comes Merriekh. Merriekh eventually having more numbers at the back and then in front. You could think there could be a caution. Yeah, comes Salaam through. That is the man, Choriak. Captain fails to control the ball. Gok Michael. But of course, Merriekh will have a throw through a duel. Here now comes Salaam. Majur. Here comes an offside call from the assistant referee. Will bring the ball to a halt. Salaam team not happy with that call, but you think that was a legit call?
Not real happy, and of course, due to the decision of the referee, actually the ball being an offside is something that the technical team for Salaam did not expect. Yeah, you think it was somehow, somewhere an offside, but then somehow also somebody might think it wasn't an offside. Probably the guy was onside. So that is it. But then all in all, let's hope that a team, the names of Salaam, might bounce back. Oh, Merriekh might also add more of this program, but so far, and of course, sloppy. Some guys seems to be sloppy in the game so far, but then others seems to be, so much continuing in this game. Talk about Mr. Dew trying to lead a line for that is a team called Merriekh is something that really paid off in the second half. Mr. Dew coming more centrally or leading the line for team Merriekh Football Club, and there's Garbe remaining at the right flank is something that yes, he started it very well. Meanwhile, Mr. Ngong crossing to the left flank for Merriekh is something that yes, someone would have seen already in this very, very second half of the game. And of course, a good runs from the flanks of Salaam. You think that just number 13 have got a point to do in this very, very game. Something so much critical that really could have caused a team called Salaam FC, Merriekh FC in this very game. But then Mr. Maker seems to be enjoying the midfield so far in the second game. In the second half of these 4 minutes, including Agogo trying to raise the ball up, Arrow Balls trying to create chances in this 4 game. But in a 1-1 is not bad for both sides.
Merriekh right there surviving narrowly. Of course, Kwai Manyon made a run into the area. His delivery near post was well taken care of by Ran Paul. Here comes Kwai, sends it through to the right flank. An opportunity to make an offense. Can Salaam get the job done? being manhandled right there. The referee says no, you made a contact with the ball using your hand, and there's going to be a free kick for Merriekh. Simply started by, that is a Biel Wigel for Merriekh. How far can they go? Merriekh with the delivery right there, looking for dual thing. Yan Gadbel comes, intercepts the ball. Cholriak is the target. Can he get that? Not really. Quite too far from him. And that's a throw in for Merriekh. Merriekh preparing the first substitution of the game. Of course, Gogo will be the man to make way. And of course, coming on will be Chang Gatpan will be the man coming on for Merriekh. Here comes a long delivery from Gok. Gok's delivery was a beautiful one, looking for, that is the talisman Mabir Herjok Lewandowski. But of course, that was quite well read by Wigel. Here comes an offense for Salaam. Here comes Cholria. Can he shoot? Salaam! No, that goes inches wide. How did he miss that? Perfect opportunity to put Salaam in the lead. And of course goes off target. Salaam will of course leave to regret missing out on that particular opportunity, as Merriekh will look on to revamp the team and get in fresh legs. That will come in the substitution, and of course a player will need medical attention in the process as well.
And Mr. Cholo probably could have scored something to remember for Team Salaam FC. And I thought he was actually going to be a little bit dribbling with the ball before actually trying to rush into shooting. Remember, he had all it takes, the time frame, and he was so much, he had the time probably to turn things around, though he rushed into shooting. That's why the ball was able to go a little bit wide. And that is, of course, behind, that's the net so far for him. And yes, you could think, that was something to remember for this guy called Mr. Cholriak. And yes, what can Salaam do? That is to make sure that they win this game in this very, very minutes. Remember, number 16 is a guy to come in for that is probably one guy that is going to be coming out. And a good defense from Salaam FC side. And of course, referee saying it is actually a goal kick where the ball actually going so much wide. And yes, substitution line is actually coming for Team Al Merriekh. You think it is the first substitution, the one that is coming out, just number 8, and he's called Gogo. Bell is the one coming out. Meanwhile, Mr. Just number 16 is the one getting in the names of a chain. All right, for that case, right about now, just number 16. What can he bring in the team? Is going to be bringing is actually something that someone might be thinking. Can he bring a lot of flames in this game or flavors? Just number 16, Mr. Chain, is one guy coming for Al Merriekh Football Club.
Goal kick for Salaam FC.
Don't forget that they're having the staff members that are moving around. If you are yet to get for yourself a SIM pack of Zain, you can get it at all of 300 SSP. Remember that Zain offer for you.
A long delivery right there. Looking for Majura team. But of course, taken quickly by Salaam. A flick out. Here's an opportunity. Can he keep that in play? Here's an opportunity for Salaam to take the lead. And a offside call from the assistant referee. Salaam not happy with the call, especially the substitute goalkeeper. A Lear call. He gets up in protest, rages at the decision, and the fourth official says, you know what, you don't make decisions, you only play. And equalize for Salaam FC through, that is a corner kick. Here comes an opportunity right now. Can MB get there? MB gets the ball. Can he shoot? Ladies and gentlemen, the talisman makes a difference yet again. Remember the name. It is a Mabir Herjok. It doesn't matter if it is Dongulay. It doesn't matter if it is Juba. All he cares about is a goal post. And that is Mabir Herjok for you, ladies and gentlemen. He makes the difference. Salaam FC take the lead. 2-1 it is.
if you have Mabior in your team, then you have to be thinking that probably you have a goal ahead. That he normally scores when he wants, so long as you give him the true balls, so long as you feed him. That's Mr. Mabior. 6 goals in this game is not for everyone. I mean, in this league, Mr. Mabior is in a different world. 2-1 for Salaam. I normally say that Salaam, they're actually a team that the opponent score fast. Okay, Salaam FC. That's how they are. It is their nature. The opponent score fast, but guess what? They're always responding so much good. 2-1. But Merriekh still have got a chance to equalize, probably to level matters in this very game. Can they make it a 2-2? Remains a big question. I'm talking about Merriekh Football Club. But in 2-1 for Salaam FC is something that too much smiles on the fans of Salaam FC, aside from Bur.
Chang, that punt is fast touch, was an impressive one. Went out all the way for a Salaam throw in. Of course, here comes Merriekh. Yan Gadbel falling through to the midfield right there. He has understood quite well. Salaam are doing majority of the damage through counter attacks. Here comes. What can they do? Merriekh through Diu Kwang. Of course, a long diagonal to the left side of the pitch. Ngong, Yan Gadbel. Ngong, can he shoot? Well, Michael saves the day for Salaam FC. Here now comes Salaam, trying to break out from the danger area. Well defended, and of course, Merriekh gained possession right away. The player goes down, referee says no, play on. Salaam still have possession. Anyways, he's calling for someone to break into the area. Mabir Herjo comes out, wins it in. Here comes Salaam. Can they get the third? 2 against 2. He's put down. Referee says no. That's going to be a free kick for Salaam FC. Of course, friction in between the players right there. Not happy with the tackle made. But of course, that is the man who just came in with a fresh leg. Chang got Pan, who is the culprit in that very particular scenario. Salaam with another free kick in a place they would fancy to make a delivery.
And yes, someone who definitely actually been introduced has, first of race legs, probably being in this very issue is something that yes, somebody might think what's up. But all in all, it is a part of the game. It is a football, and of course, he knew if he did slide this guy down, what about if this guy will go through? Something will be so much critically for team that is of course Merriekh Football Club. And there's a very good, a very good foul that will favor Salaam FC. Probably in looking to for their third goal of this very league. So in most of the games that Salaam FC played, they normally came from behind. In most of these games that they have just played, 3 of them, if I'm not mistaken, they just came from behind. So can they do it the same in this very game? Is something that all of us are watching out for his space so far. And of course, Agogo seems to be okay. That's Amina Kok. He's fine in this very game, and he's standing very well. You think that yes, he's going to be getting into something. Yes, Merriekh having more of the ball, but guess what? Salaam trying to use counter-attacking football to actually steal probably the goals for team that actually to steal the goals for themselves is something that yes, somebody is already saying. Yes, there are a number of guys on the bench line for Merriekh. Talk about just number 21. He started the last game they played. He was in the game. You can call him Mr. That is Wachel. Okay, very brilliant player he is. That's a 21 for that's a team. I'm talking about Merriekh Football Club. Can they bring him in this very game? Remains a very big question. But then so far, still 2-1 for Salaam FC of Bur.
Well, here comes Torgalwak, who has changed his position, is now attacking. Here comes Diu Kwang. Dual Tang makes a delivery. Qual Michael pushes it beyond the crossbar. There's going to be a corner kick for Merriekh FC. They won goals, and that's why they have made a number of quick inter switches right there between the players, preparing substitution. Of course, the man Gadrock Wijel will be coming on. You think they're taking out the talisman? That is Yan Gadbel. Yeah, delivery. Cleared away from the danger area, not very far. Opportunity for Merriekh to shoot. Cleared away from the danger area for Salaam. Here's an opportunity for now. MB. Yes, one man to his left. Makes that pass, but of course, is stolen away by Biel Wigel. Defending superbly, despite the fact that he is a midfielder being deployed in central defense. Kwal Michael gets it for Salaam FC. He is in no rush to get the game underway. He knows the importance is of taking a number of seconds, especially when you are in the lead. A long delivery right there. Can he get that? Can he keep it in play? Yes, he beats his man. But of course, he goes down. Referee says nothing. Play on. Here comes Salaam trying to break out. Manyun Kwan simply steals the ball away. That is Michael Agog. Here comes Kwan Manyun. Kwan Manyun gives it to Michael Agog. Michael sends it into the area. Goes all the way through to Ron Paul. Ron Paul. Paul with the delivery into the center. Finds Chang. Chang finds Dew. Dew finds Mong. Mong finds Dew. Delivery! Punched away by Michael. And sent out of the danger area. Here comes Tor. Tor crosses. Michael grabs it for Salaam. No pressure, no nothing. Everything is under control. Meanwhile, Merriekh is preparing two substitutions. Of course, Ron Guy and Gadluak Wujel should be the men coming on right there for the Bentiu side. It's a long one. Could be dangerous for Merriekh. If Salaam can keep it in play, goes all the way for a Merriekh goal kick. And finally, Yan Gadbel is the first person to make way out of the two. Yan Gadbel. Yan Gadbel and of course Gadpan Kwang are the players that will be making way for Ron Guy and Gadluak Wigel.
Coming out and getting in, it's jersey number 21.
Of course, Agog down right there, and we need a little bit of attention right there. But of course, tactically, Jonathan, what do you think is the approach? Because you would think Yan Gadbel is really an asset in the final third, and he is being withdrawn.
Definitely, Yan Gadbel has been one of the instrumental players that I can talk about when we talk about this National League. I mean, at the third edition of it, and him actually being withdrawn, and he's not really happy. I'm not looking into probably the tactical part of it, but then what I know is even the good player can be removed in a game of football, because no one knows. Maybe the guy going is going to be leveling matters for team Merriekh Football Club. So I like the tactics from the tactician for Merriekh, and of course, yes, withdrawing the guy who seems to be playing a key role in this very match and going for fresh legs in this very game. What about what he got? I mean, the very guy is going to be going into this very game. You have got something that maybe Yan, that is a Gadbel, is not having in the game so far. So I like the approach. I like the tactical or the tactical changes. Madena, what is also be on this guy called Mr. Akok for that is Salaam FC. Remember, his injury is still in nursing, and he's already out for team Salaam FC. Remember, he's the captain, and the same thing happened in the previous game where he played. So can he return back, or he's gonna be remaining out? That's Mr. Akok. Remain a very big question. Just number 6 for Salaam FC. But then so far so good, a very good performance for both sides in this very game.
That is a 1.5 GP. And you can dial *102 *4.
Well, of course, Chol Riak simply making things look so easy in the midfield. A delivery for Salaam FC right there. Cleared away from goalkeeper's department. It's going to be a throw in for Salaam. Majur Majok will definitely come for that. He's been the man in charge of the throw in. Looking for Mabir Herjok, well defended for Merriekh and cleared away from the danger area. Dew bounces it forward. Tor Gadluak wins possession. It's a 3 against 3. Can Merriekh get the job done? Well done. That is the job well executed. Proper defending right there from Guy. Goal kick. Of course, for Salaam FC. I think Mong should have done better. You think Mong should have done better? But of course, he tried to draw closer into the final parts of the area, trying to draw players and make that pass. But of course, he was kept at bay. And that little break right there will give Salaam FC a lot of time to focus on the issues at hand. They have a number of players down that needs attention. And Merriekh FC is not taking any of that. They're not happy. They think this is delayment tactics. But of course, you think every team does that. It's always sweet when you are winning. But of course, very painful if you are on the receiving end. Salaam would be forced to make substitution, you would think.
Yes, so much a tactical. You would say, Mr. Dadisco, 2-1 in a game of football where you're leading, and of course, your opponent seems to be taking much time. It will definitely pain you somewhere, or if you do even to be feeling like a very much well. Yeah, you'd say somehow it is actually the same thing. But all in all, I can see much tension in this game. Remember, the tension of this game has actually increased. I mean, in the last 15 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, let me say right away from the second half, the tension of this game has really increased. That's why there's the level of injuries actually seems to be so much disturbing most of the players. But then the question remains, why is it more of the Salaam FC players? Should it be because they are leading by 2-1? Is something that somebody might say, is actually a big question so far in this very game. And Mr. Cook seems to be very fine. He seems to be actually fit. That's Mr. Cook, who is actually captain of Salaam FC, and he's ready to get back. And of course, yet someone is already down for Salaam FC, and of course we hope that the doctors are actually trying to intervene very much well in this very game. And yes, a foul for that is a foul for Salaam, and I think a yellow card has been given to that's just number 21 for Team Salaam FC, and I think is that yes, something that he might not really like it in the game so far in this very game. So a good opportunity for Merriekh, but then whether they can actually turn it into a goal remains something to be on their very hands if they can really do it in a very critical condition that actually they are in right now. So they can they level it, or it will end like that? Those are all questions for this very game. And Mr. Tor moving from that is of course move on defensive duty to the attacking of course threat seems to be something working out for Team Merriekh FC, but still Salaam leading, coming from behind 2-1, and new guy is of course coming in for Salaam FC, bring about just number 5.
Kuiza Merriekh got quite close right there to get their goal, but of course didn't do so much with that. Well, here comes in the first substitution for Salaam FC. You think they're doing
The first substitution for Team Salaam FC of
Malwal Ajang,
Jersey number 14 out, Daniel Barrow, who is out.
Biarmam.
And,
You think he's not so very fit for this game,
number 5,
having not played any single game in the group stages.
Malwal,
Here comes
putting on
Merriekh.
number 5 for
Shoots.
FC.
Well protected right there from reaching the goalkeeper's department. But
It is still Salaam
Merriekh
FC
still
for
have possession, getting closer.
FC.
Here comes now Salaam. He'll have opportunity. Biar Tongbak. He's poorly passed the ball right there. But of course, here comes now Merriekh FC. Possession won back for Salaam, but of course, that right there is going to be a free kick for Merriekh FC.
A free kick for Merriekh FC is something that they really want, but someone is still, of course, nursing something down. That's the new introduced guy for Salaam FC, just number 5. And of course, you think, what's up, brother? But then, yes, a free kick for that's El Merriekh Football Club, and don't forget, maybe a long one going to be taken in that very area. And of course, a crucial header, couple of chances. Oh my goodness! Oh my God! Oh my goodness. some dramas. You think it is a goal, you think it is not a goal. That's why sometimes we maybe need that is a goal line technology. And of course, a complaint being raised that let's go 2-1, much of dramas.
Of course, when you see teams like Salaam and teams like Merriekh go head to head, you'd expect a drama like that. Of course, a bit of confusion. Fans sent wild. Here comes the goal kick for Salaam. Sent back into Salaam's half. Season referee gets involved as Majur Adim. Not Majur, but of course Majur Majok is being dragged back through his shot. And of course Salaam FC have a free kick to be taken by the captain. Delivery is not a very good one right there. Poorly executed. And of course here comes in a throw in for Merriekh FC. Merriekh are running out of time. Tick tack, tick tack, tick tack. And of course are trying to get back into the game. Here comes Merriekh. Here comes the man. That is Stephen Duell. Sends the ball back into his own half. What can they do with that? They still have the ball. Nicely done. Passes through players. Dances through. Ooh, quite close. And of course, Salaam have been quite careful. Here comes an opportunity right now. For what can they do? Sends two players wrong direction, but eventually they have possession and of course keeping calm in the center half. Here comes the new inductee. Hits the ball on the back. And of course, Merriekh breaking out. They don't have time to waste. Long clearance right there, not very far away from the service and the target man. MB gains a possession back. His header doesn't get his target, but of course Merriekh does not settle the ball down, and they finally have to settle the ball down now. How far can they go through the left flank? 1-2 beats one player, but of course possession won back for Salaam. Here is Salaam trying to build, doesn't make that shot, pulls the trigger and holds it back. Short passes. Hwang Manyuan. Oh, that right there would have been dangerously done for Merriekh, but of course Salaam intercepted the ball and Merriekh will have to settle for a throw in. Here comes Stephen Duell. Stephen dancing through the middle and of course wins the free kick. Majura team tiptoeing. You would think he is nursing a knock as well. Salaam technical bench asking their players to come out and mark, of course, that is the offside line. 4 additional minutes to be played, ladies and gentlemen. 4 minutes for Merriekh to save themselves. Well, here comes Salaam. Here comes Salaam through Cholria. Can he keep that? Yes, he keeps that. Yes, Biar. Gets his way. It's an opportunity for Biar to cross. It doesn't cross. Merriekh win possession back. They're trying to break out. 4 minutes to play for. 4 minutes for, of course, an offside call eventually from the season referee. A game well read by the man. That is a guy. Agog delivers. It's a long one.
And conceding only one goal in this that is a final stage for the National League is something that he can be remembering in this very league. I mean, while a very good performance for Mr. Stephen, I'm talking about Mr. Stephen, very, of course, eye-catching performance from him in the midfield of Merriekh Football Club. What about if he continues like that in the next game? It's something that definitely he can be, of course, doing it so much good. Mr. Dow Odiu for Merriekh Football Club, also another guy need to watch out. Doing so much good runs, good crossings, good shots is what all that he did in this very game. Mr. Ngong seems to be a little bit quiet in the game, but then he also tried his best probably to be turning things around. What about Mr. That is a Gadi Bell? Good turnings, good runs, good crossings. Well, but all in all, it is still remains a 3-1 for Team Salaam Football Club. But then, anytime from now, we'll hear final whistle being blown.
Merriekh has the ball in their very own backyard, trying to break out. Of course, being oppressed. Salaam don't seem done and doesn't with the goals they have. They want more. But of course, here comes the substitution for Salaam. They have 2 men with their numbers in ascending order. That is the final whistle, ladies and gentlemen. Salaam FC with the first maximum points in the final third of the competition. Of course, Manning wins the man of the match for the first game in the final phase of the competition. A beautiful day it has been in office for. That is Salaam FC. 2 goals after the deduction of the first, and of course gaining maximum points in this very particular level of the competition. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it with the commentary. My name is the Disco 211. Let's meet on Monday for the second game between Salaam FC Wow and Merriekh FC Bentiu. We are done. We'll be sending you straight into the analysis table and of course interviews with the players of the match.
For the game between Merriekh FC of Bentiu and Salaam FC of Wow at 3 p.m. Polo Training Ground. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This is the end of the first and the second half. Is a full time the game between Salaam FC of Bor and also Merriekh FC of that is Bentiu. And here with me is the man of the match. Man of the match for today's game. Last time he didn't do well, but at least this time he's somehow. Yes, welcome.
Thanks for the gift.
How was the game?
The game was dope. So I would like to appreciate my teammates. We play well today. So next game will be better.
Congratulations for the gift today. One, two, 3 words for the fans and also for your teammates and also for your region.
So what I would like to say, I will say thanks to my fans and our fans. So what I would like to say to my teammates, let's keep this and we are coming for this trophy.
الليلة قدمنا لكن ما كسبنا. مباراة جاية إن شاء الله التيم يكون أحسن من يوم.
شكرا. طبعا كان كوتش مريكا بنتيو معنا طبعا هو كمان ورجال المباراة الجاي بكون مباراة جافة شديد وبعين عشان كيف وبقدر لقوا نتيجة الأحسن في المباراة الجاي. وطبعا انا كمان اسي طبعا مدرب تا سلام اف سي وموجود معنا. نعم مدرب ita bagder wonu sulana an mubarata lela taban mubara inta fitijataki talata wahi tabu gulena shuno an mubarata lela benak be Merriekh Bentiu.
اوكي شكرا لك. ما بنتكلم كثير في هذا المباراة. عن مسؤول جديد بعد فوزنا المباراة كنا متأخرين بعد وقلبنا طاولة فوزنا بثلاثة واحد. ده موجود فردية الذي قدمه والأولى لاعبون عشان نفوز في هذه المباراة. كنا ما متوقعين نفوز في هذه المباراة بكوز عندنا إصابات كثير. كابتن الفريق ما في رقم 8 وإصابة رقم 4 كان متوسط الدفاع. الغياب أثر معنا شديد لكن أولى لاعبين الموجودين في ميدان فعل متوقعين عملوا وما عملوا.
يمكن فكرتك بكون شنو في مباراتك اللي بكون يوم 24 بين فريق سلام بور وسلام واو؟
أنا ما بكلم كثير في ديربي سلام. ده ديربي سلام بالنسبة لنا وسلام بور وسلام واو أول مرة في تاريخ يتلاقوا وأول مرة نشارك سلام بور في ناشونال ليج. تشارك في مرة ثالث هنا لكن في كاس جنوب السودان لكن أول مرة يشارك في الناشونال ليج الذي يقابل فيه مع سلام واو. أننا جاهزين في هذه المباراة سيهود فيه كل أولاد لاعبين إلا رقم 6 يابو جيب ببطاقة 2 بطاقة صفراء.
شكرا. وكان تابعنا معي كان مدرب سلام بور وتمانو ونسو وقال زمان كمان الجاي وبيكون تمام او مباراة الجاي بكون تمام له. وكمان برضو انا اسي بكون عندي معي لو كابتن الفريق اللي سلام بور. انا بقول ده طبعا زول المانا طبعا بقى اجا انا طبعا في استوديو. انا بقول شكرا لطبعا لناس الكتابي. Yes, coach. Yes, captain. You're most welcome. First, tell us about today's game. It was a big win for you, though it was a late one. What will you just tell us about this game?
Actually, I'm so grateful for the result. But you know, the opponent, they did their best, though it wasn't theirs. But that's how football is. Next year will be theirs, as today us stand for our side. I'm so grateful for the performance and the display for the two side. We really tried, and we are looking forward for more wins to go to the next stage.
What's your next plan for the next game that will be on the 24th? It is going to be Salam Derby, Salam Wow, and Salam Bor.
Well, you know, football is football. As a player, I cannot say I can lose, but the most thing that I wanted, I need to win. You know, I need to win at least to achieve something. You know, I'm aiming for this. I'm aiming higher. So I will add more efforts to at least to overcome today's game. See? So that's my aim.
Thank you so much for talking to us. Yeah, thank you. And that has been the team captain for that Salam FC of Bor that has been talking to SSFA TV, and we have been broadcasting for you live at the game between Salam FC of Bor and Merriekh FC of Bentiu, and the game has just ended full time. Salam FC of Bor at 3, Merriekh FC of Bentiu 1. That's the full time. And don't forget that the next match for Merriekh FC of Bentiu will be on Monday the 22nd between Merriekh FC of Bentiu and that is Salam FC of Wow. And the next game for Salam FC of Bor will be on the 24th as it is going to be a Salam Derby between Salam FC of Bor and Salam FC of Wow. Thank you so much for watching. Until we meet again on that is a Monday for the second game of the final stage. And don't forget to subscribe to SSFA TV YouTube channel. You can subscribe there and watch all the action that are going on in that is the South Sudan National League. Thank you so much. I've been your host Brown Emalex, and I would like to say that bye now, and big ups to all our team members, the producer. I would like to say that thank you so much.